Monkeypox cases have popped up in the U.S. and globally, and now with a recent case confirmed in Kansas City. The local health department is working to educate residents on what it is and how to prevent it from spreading. KQ2's Jackie Elson has the latest.
The CDC says that a case of the monkeypox virus has been confirmed in Kansas City, Missouri. Since the distance between St. Joe and Kansas City is only about 1 hour, the St. Joe Health Department is working to educate residents about how to prevent infection and spreading in the area.
If you don't know people, you don't know if they've traveled, you don't know, they're not going to tell you if they have a rash, they're not going to tell you all of those things that your friends or family would.
One question people may have is how humans are coming in close contact with monkeys, especially people living in the United States.
So it's primarily coming from, I believe, Africa, where there is more of that animal population that has spread to people from contact with those animals with those sores, or by eating those animals. Just because it starts in a monkey or whatever, they might eat other animals that have then been infected. And then it spreads person to person from there.
Leslie says the virus is very similar to chickenpox, but can vary from person to person. Symptoms commonly being rashes or sores and even swollen lymph nodes.
Every case that they've had either has different kinds of symptoms or they're lasting for different amounts of time. From the time the rash occurs till the time that new skin is developed, you're contagious. So it's very important that you watch your body, that if you've been exposed or you have a rash, that you're monitoring that very close.
Leslie adds that concerning treatment for monkeypox, there is a vaccine, but it's not quite as widespread for high demand, and most people who get infected are not needing medical treatment.
So most people aren't requiring treatment. They're kind of just letting their body naturally come about, much like chickenpox. There is a vaccine that they've previously had, that they're working on. There hasn't been any indication for increased need for it, but they do have it available.
Reporting in St. Joseph, Jackie Elson, KQ2 News.
The CDC reports 173 confirmed monkeypox cases in the U.S. as of today. The U.S. Supreme Court has struck down a New York gun law which will make it easier for people across the U.S. to carry handguns. A New York law required residents to have proper cause to get a license to carry a concealed handgun outside the home. The law has been in place for more than a century, and about a half dozen other states have similar laws. But in a 6-3 ruling today, the court said the law violates the Constitution. The opinion changes the framework that lower courts will use going forward on other gun restrictions, including possibly proposals currently before Congress if they eventually become law. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley commenting on the Supreme Court's decision today.
I think it's a big win, obviously. I look forward to reading the whole thing. Heller says that the right of self-defense is the core of the Second Amendment right, and that's what this case in New York is about.
Hawley added he is not concerned about law-abiding citizens, but the U.S. needs to increase penalties for gun violence. And earlier today, the Senate successfully broke a filibuster with a 65-34 vote, and a final passage vote could happen before the end of the day. The bill includes millions of dollars for mental health, school safety, and crisis intervention programs, along with incentives for states to add juvenile records to a national background check system. It also addresses what should happen if someone ages 18 to 21 tries to buy a gun. The bill also closes the so-called boyfriend loophole, which has to do with gun ownership after domestic violence. The two Missouri senators, Roy Blunt and Josh Hawley, were on opposite sides of the vote. Blunt joined 14 other Republicans to vote to advance the bill. Former Missouri Governor Sheena Greitens and his ex-wife had another pretrial hearing in the ongoing child custody case today. Now Sheena Greitens' attorney says the Senate hopeful's ex-wife has received threats after he released a political ad.
And we have some showers and thunderstorms out in central parts of Kansas. We'll take a closer look at those coming up. But first, here's a look at your almanac. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Missouri Senate hopeful Eric Greitens and his ex-wife had another pretrial hearing in the ongoing child custody case today. Last year, Sheena Greitens accused the former Missouri governor physically abusing her and their children. Eric Greitens has denied the allegations. Today, Sheena's attorney asking the judge for the Senate candidate to issue a public statement denouncing threats made since his campaign published a video on social media of him holding a gun saying he was hunting rhinos.
Video suggests the use of violence towards all rhinos. It's been denounced by the Fraternal Order of Police. It's been denounced widely, and it has created a situation where others may perceive it as a call to arms, and that's been directly sent to her. She's a public employee. Her email address is easy to find.
Eric Greitens' attorney is saying in a statement today that they reviewed the documents provided and saw no evidence of any death threats.